Aloha everyone and welcome to this DDO Hawaiian style review of the newest Patron's Coffer from Dungeons & Dragons Online. It is the Patron's Coffer of the North Wind. It is a Barbarian-themed coffer, and we're going to take a look at the different offerings in terms of the levels of Superior, Greater, and Base Coffer, what each of those has to offer, as well as the cost via DDO points. Then we'll take a look at the cosmetics, and I will give you guys my honest review of what I think of the value of the Patron's Coffer of the North Wind. So here is the different Patron's Coffer levels that are available with the Patron's Coffer of the North Wind. The base coffer offers the following. You can get 10 slots of shared account bank storage, the Northwind Great Axe cosmetic weapon, the Northwind Glamored weapon aura, and the Northwind Wolf Pup creature companion. As we move up to the greater Patron's Coffer, you would receive 20 Northwind character bank slots to one character of your choice, the Northwind leather armor cosmetic, Northwind helm cosmetic, Northwind fur cloak cosmetic, and then everything else that you would have received if you just had gotten the base coffer of the Northwind. And then for the superior coffer, you would receive the following. You got 20 slots of shared account bank storage, the Northwind Riding Wolf, which is a mount, everything that you got for the greater coffer, and then everything you got from the base coffer as well. So you would receive all of the things that you see listed on the screen right now. So if you do get the superior Patron's Coffer, you would end up with 30 slots of shared account bank storage. And any of the other ones, if you purchase the greater coffer, you would get the 10 slots that you would get with the base coffer. And then if you get the base coffer, you do get those 10 slots of shared account bank storage. Now, the cost of each of these different levels is shown on the screen. So for the superior Patron's Coffer, it is a total of 7,995 DDO points. The greater coffer, which is this one here, is 3,995 DDO points. And the base coffer, which gets you the 10 slots of shared bank space, the Great Axe cosmetic, the weapon aura, as well as the Wolf Pup, would be 1,995. So let's go ahead and take a look what these items look like on a human, and we'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the Patron's Coffer itself, what you get with the superior, and whether or not it's a good value. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at all of the cosmetics that you receive with the superior Patron's Coffer, which means that you get all of the items that we went over earlier. And so what we have here on the screen is a human wearing the armor, riding the mount, along with the creature companion there on the screen. So as you can see, it is an armored wolf. If you do hit like the space bar, the wolf does howl. It's pretty cool. In terms of how it looks on the mount, it actually is pretty well situated. I know there's been some mounts where how it looks, it doesn't look like it's centered on the mount. This one actually looks pretty good overall. For the oops, go ahead and do the dance. All right, so this is what the dance looks like. For the wolf, which I honestly am not a huge fan of. But okay, is what it is. And so that is the wolf. And it runs just like any of the others that are the four-legged, like the cats and stuff. Overall, though, I think the wolf looks pretty cool. I don't like some of the armor. And I think right here, if you look closely, you can see that this piece of armor here actually clips into the arm or the leg of the wolf. I don't know if they'll ever fix that, but there is a little bit of clipping. But if you move, I think you actually are okay. Right? It looks fine if you're moving, but as soon as you go still, it clips into the leg. So that is one small drawback for that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the armor and the weapon. So this is the armor. So looks okay. I mean, it looks very barbarian-ish. Looks very Celtic or Viking-like. I don't know about this giant buckle here. These pointy things, if you're in a fight and you bend over. Not very practical. But again, it's DDO, so we're not necessarily talking about practical. This is what the weapon itself looks like. It is a very, very cool-looking Great Axe cosmetic. And the weapon aura looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's very simple. It's not kind of over the top. It's subtle. And I kind of like that, because sometimes I just like to have a subtle thing on there. All right. There's the helm. There is the armor. What's interesting is when you're wearing the armor, you actually get to see these tattoos on the skin. Take the armor off, the tattoos go away. But it does look pretty cool. The one really cool thing is the cloak itself. This cloak, when you look at it, I mean, it looks like fur. Let's see how it is when you move. I think it'd be cool if it like shifted and a little bit more individualized, but okay. So it looks like a pelt that someone would wear as a cloak if they happen to be a barbarian. All right, and then you got this cute little guy right here. Let's see if we can get close to him. All right, so here is our little creature companion. He does have the same markings kind of like you do when you're wearing the armor, as those runes or glyphs on the body, and has the whole wolf aesthetic. We have so many different wolves, though, that are available now that would have been cool if we might have had something a little bit different. I don't know, maybe like a small, well, we already have a small bear. I guess you kind of have to go with whatever fits the theme best. You already have a wolf mount, so a wolf companion, I guess, is okay. Not a super big fan of the wolf companion, but if you are into creature companions and you don't have a wolf yet, this is one that is available. Now, there is one glitch with the wolf companions right now that I'm pretty sure they're going to be fixing. And that is that the first time you summon the wolf, you get this version of the wolf. Now, if you unsummon it and then try to resummon it again, there's a glitch right now where you end up getting the necromancer's coffer pet rather than this wolf show up. So just in case you're getting this at the start, you might see that glitch happen. It is a known issue, and they are working on getting that resolved. So this way you don't end up having a necromancer's pet rather than this cute little dog right here. All right, so let's talk a little bit on my thoughts about the Coffer set. Now, one of the big draws for all of the Coffer sets is the shared bank space. So you get the 30 extra bank space if you get the superior Coffer. You get 10 bank space if you get either of the other two Coffers. And a lot of people like the Coffers because of the extra bank space. The other thing with this particular Coffer is we got another Great Axe cosmetic. I don't use Great Axes very often. And I was really hoping that whatever cosmetics we got with the new Patron's Coffer, we would get a single-handed weapon. I think one that would have been great for a barbarian theme. It's actually a couple. I think you could have gone with because it's almost like a Viking type of look. I think you could have gone with like a shield and a warhammer, or a shield and a battle axe, or a hand axe. And I think that would have been really cool, because a lot of people really do want some new shield cosmetics outside of the ones that already exist in the game. And I think this would have been a great opportunity with this particular theme to be able to give people, a shield and a single-handed weapon, as opposed to, I think this is like our second or third Great Axe cosmetic. Actually, it is the third Great Axe cosmetic, and then you have other ones that are Great Sword cosmetics. So it'd be nice to have a single weapon one, rather than having the two-handed weapons. Overall, my thoughts on the Patron's Coffer. If you're interested in the cosmetics, I think these cosmetics actually look really good. I think they look better than some of the other Patron's Coffers. This is an outfit I could see putting on my barbarian character, and it would just kind of fit, the aesthetic that I go for with that character. But a couple things that, I'm not super thrilled about. I don't really like the Great Axe. The aura is subtle, and not as busy. Me personally, when I have a weapon aura, I like my weapon auras to be a little bit more loud, to let you know that I'm carrying this really, nasty weapon. But this one is definitely a lot more subtle. So overall, if I have to give this a shaka rating from a level of 0 shakas to 2 shakas, this is definitely going to be a 1 shaka Patron's Coffer. I am happy for the most part. I do get the bank slots. I do get the extra character bank space. I like the armor. The one drawback that I see, though, is we got another Great Axe. The mount is really cool. I do like the way that the wolf mount looks. And now we have a wolf as opposed to a cat. We've got more cat mounts than we have dog mounts now. But at least we finally have a dog mount. No, we had one other dog mount before. But this one's more the wolf. So, but anyways, it is a single shaka for me. I think if we had the different cosmetic for the weapon, very easily could have gotten to 2 shakas. So anyways, that is our initial review and first look at the new Patron's Coffer of the North Wind. If you're interested in more content like this, you can catch it here on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@nomaddog. And if you want to catch my live streams, I usually stream Wednesdays and Friday nights starting at 6:30 p.m. Hawaii time at twitch.tv/nomaddog. All right. Thank you much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great, fantastic day. Aloha and take care.